Singleton Gauntlet this morning for people that haven't been keeping up. There are gauntlets every single week, Friday through Monday, and the very first gauntlet that you play in, you have a chance to earn what's called a Prime Glory, and the Prime Glory is a buy for the qualifier tournament at the end of the season, which can get you into which can get you into their first seasonal tournament that has a $10,000 first place prize, other cash prizes, and things to the top 32. So I have achieved 2 out of the possible 3 Prime Glories so far. You have 7 weeks, so 7 chances to get a maximum of 5 Prime Glories for that final qualifying tournament. I like this build. Last time we played it, we ended up going 6-1, unfortunately, losing the penultimate match to actually get the bye last time. Playing card for card what we played last time, with the exception that we've added a copy of Feel the Rush here as another piece of top end for our champions. We're basically just playing like good rate mid-range stuff. So we have Sejani, Strundle, Swain, Gangplank, and then a Draven up here as our champions in the deck. We've also got a couple of boats here. Leviathan draws Swain, Dreadway draws Gangplank, so lots of ways to get to our champions a little bit more consistently. We've just got a bunch of decent rate cards here at the bottom that allow us to curve out pretty nicely. One of the important things to think about when you're looking at these Singleton decks isn't necessarily which cards you're playing, so obviously you can only play one of each thing, but your curve is a big consideration in Singleton, because your curve represents how often you're going to be able to play things out, you know, those 1, 2, 3. Even though we don't have multiples, we'll still be able to do something consistently in those early turns. So let's go ahead and dive on into our gauntlet with this. For folks that haven't been here live for a gauntlet, if you're currently watching on Twitch, I do minimize the chat while I am playing in the gauntlets, so that way it doesn't distract me. Let's go ahead and play some Runeterra, huh? I'll be back to check in on you, chat, in between games. Behave. There's plenty of mods. So the structure of the gauntlets, those that haven't seen them before, you can you play until you take 2 losses in a row. So if I lose one but win the next, my loss effectively resets. But then once you have 6 wins, you only have 1 shot to get that last win. Opponent's champions, other than Heimerdinger, look to be pretty aggressively slanted here. I think I'm going to go ahead and mulligan the Feel the Rush to start. I don't think I ever really want that in the opener. I keep the rest of these, seem fine. No 1-drop out of them would be good for us.
What you looking for? Get bloody, get paid.
So my 2-2 is going to get to trade with their 3-2 here, which is nice. Even if they don't attack to offer the trade, I'll get to get in here like that. Now the question is, do I want to Draven this turn and attack, or do I want to open attacks, hook this, hit them, and then play this with Plunder? I think I'd rather play Draven. See what they do. Draven has a 3/3 quick attack and attack into most things they deploy here.
All about this.
Let's do this.
They are Freljord, so we could do something like Brittle Steel or another Frostbite here. Pocket Aces, sure. That's not really a big deal. I guess I have the question of, do I want to Spinning Axe this to kill this now? I think I might actually. What do I want to give up? I'm gonna bin the Make It Rain.
Time for the money makers.
And then we'll see if they have Brittle Steel here. Nope. I could also just Make It Rain to kill that later, but that requires spending 3 mana, which is not stellar. Hopefully they play something that dies to this, and then we'll get to play Jagged Butcher out with Plunder, and then have good open attacks next turn.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
For gold I decent. I think I'm just banking spell mana here. I guess I could do this and play this with Plunder still. Like, it doesn't have to kill this to deal damage to it. It's probably ideal. Means I get to jump block with it next turn, but I think that's fine. This uses my mana efficiently. Also triggers Sajani in case we draw her. Our hand looking a little clunky here. Really want to draw like a 4, 5, or 6 next turn, so that way we can have something to curve out with. Okay. We have some Poros and some Poro snacks, chat. Not having anything to do with my mana to develop my board this turn feels real bad. So Poro snacks give all their Poros everywhere +1/+1. Alright, I mean, this can notably heal units in addition to healing us, so it's going to get to play it, deploy, and make this Jagged Butcher back to a 3/3, which is pretty decent. Mighty Poro is a pretty good one to generate. So I'm going to go ahead and Brittle Steel this before blocks, because notably, Brittle Steel only hits things with 3 life. So this way, if they Poro snacks here, this is still going to die. I'm blocking with Draven, because even if they Poro snack here, Draven's going to take 1, but I'll get to kill this by Spitting Axing. And by putting Draven into combat, he's going to get to strike with the Spitting Axe this turn, which is great. We can potentially level him next turn. So he's going to take a damage, but he'll kill this, and we'll get another axe back. Really good open attacks here as well. So, not being particularly resource efficient on our part, but we're pretty far ahead on board, which is the big deal here. Dissipate would have been nice last turn. This turn I'm definitely playing Howling Abyss.
Watch and learn.
Get open on attacks. So let's them get a first speed blocker. This is fine again. But I'm basically just treading water. They're just so far behind on board. The question is, do I want to level Draven here at the cost of giving up the Dreadway? I think I do.
Time for the money maker.
So he levels when he's struck with axes twice, so this is good. Let's just get in an extra hit here and then level him up. Draven. So, Howling Abyss gonna start drawing us lots of level champions here. Every single turn we get a level 2 champion that's not in play in our hand or in our deck. So basically, drawing an extra card each turn, and one of them's guaranteed to be a banger. Meow, meow, meow. Go ahead and play this and just gold card their submersible here so they don't have good blocks or good attacks. Keep my life total nice and high.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
Sure. So these trade. I get 2 X's.
Draven out.
We fight for those who cannot.
6/6 regen. He's a thick boy, chat.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one.
Played one.
Hold it, partner.
Okay, so I could avalanche. Probably not. Just attack with her to start. Makes her a 6/7. Gives us a strafing strike.
Torches.
So this is fleeting, which means I have to use it this turn. Alright, so they did that to soft pass, so why are they soft passing? I think we just eat these regardless. She has Fury, so every time she eats something, she gets bigger. Also worth noting here that Garen has Round Start Rally on his level 2 mode, so we're going to get to attack on their next turn as well, which is great. Alright, get our Rally token there.
Shadows. There'll be blood in the water.
Okay. Harsh but fair. Maybe we should have just attacked right away. Do I want to attack into this? I don't think so. I think we just pass. Is that a good one, chat? If so, why? Please explain.
Play the hand they're dealt.
Order, entropy, a never-ending cycle.
It's a good one to get at level 2.
Burn all in dragon fire.
For folks that are just joining us, if there were messages in chat, looks like we had a couple of subs today. I appreciate you. Sunshine, TDM, Redness, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I do have my chat minimized during these gauntlets. Hey, Karma. It's good to see you here this morning. I'd encourage you to give Runeterra a chance. Game's a lot of fun. Those big wacky games of Magic where you could kind of play whatever you wanted and not feel completely embarrassed. I think Runeterra has a lot more of those types of games and room to brew than Magic has these days. That's a big part of why I moved on to Magic. In the era of fire design, brewing in Magic tends to feel incredibly unrewarding. The good decks are good and the bad decks are really bad. Believe it or not, TDM, I don't maintain the bot, so if it's experiencing a bug this morning, I can't correct it. Alright, I'm minimizing the chat again. To my knowledge, there is not a dedicated Runeterra card lookup bot that we can change to, so... Trundle, Shyvana, Lux, Soraka, Orient Soul. So probably something more mid-rangey here. I'm gonna mulligan these three. I'm gonna keep this as a 2-drop. I think I want some things that are a little bit more aggressive here. Perfect. Saboteur into Grenadier. Sounds wonderful. Maybe I Omen Hawk on one, actually. It's tough.
No one's the wiser.
I think because it looks like we're gonna be the beatdown, I want to lead on Grenadier. Or Saboteur here.
Coming in hot. Got something for 'em.
Let he hit for 6 here on turn 2. Great start. Look at all those level ups.
Warm hots and hot soups.
Let's talk about your tab.
So, I don't really have anything else to do with my mana this turn, so I think I'm Troll Chanting to save this. To deal some extra damage in the long run. It's also possible that we want to Scorched Earth this, but I think this trade is worthwhile. We'll see. They could have like a Pale Cascade or some kind of various combat tricks here, but like I said, the way my hand is lined up at the moment, I don't have anything else to do with my mana this turn, so I think using Troll Chant to save this to use a little bit of my mana is worthwhile. Do I want to spend Scorched Earth here? Probably not. I think I just pass. I'm only giving up 1 mana to pass there, so I think that's fine. Potentially use this on something bigger down the line.
The dragon's rage claws to get out.
Have a free keg.
How about another round?
How about if we put this here, and then we use Scorched Earth to kill this? I guess they could have Guiding Touch here. But it's Singleton, so they only have 1 of those. Single combat, sure. That feels like a good exchange for me. So, like, they're going to go for trading these here instead of combat next turn, but they're still going to take the hit from Overwhelm. They mobilized last turn, so they could play up to an 8-drop this turn, so I think rather than playing this to get an attack in with it, I'm supposed to open here. That's good, as getting a 5/5 down would be.
Carved meat bigger than you.
Okay, so they have some way to deal the last point of damage to this.
Talk about your tab.
Yeah, like, this is putting them to 5. Now, they are in Targon, so we could see things like Star Shaping to heal them here, but feels like we're in a good spot.
This is our provenance.
What a nice Leviathan, chat. What a nice Leviathan. Easy go to 15 here.
Damn it!
Probably won't even need Howling Abyss this game. With Captain Fair Daddy here. And the boat. Fair Daddy and the boat, chat. Sounds like a banger band. I guess if I attack with this, they could kill me on open attacks, perhaps. I think I attack with just this, because they could trade here, but that's fine. They go down to 2. Okay, we could be dead here. We are dead to a +3/+3. I think there's a chance the turn I played this, it was a mistake, and I was supposed to have, I was supposed to have played this to add more to the board. Fastest skip block of my life. Alright, got another one. That was close. I think the Howling Abyss was wrong, and I didn't really need that card, and I should have just added more to the board to not be in a position like that. All right, 2 wins in. Again, if you're just joining us for playing for our Prime Glory this week in the Singleton Gauntlet, we have 2 wins in the Gauntlet. You play until you take 2 losses in a row. My chat is minimized in between. I'm poking in and reading some backlog a little bit. Thanks everybody hanging out this morning. Chat's going back down again. We have acquired 2 of the 3 primes so far. Revenge. Okay, so sans the Orion Sol, this opponent's champion lineup looks fairly aggressive. Like, these 5 champs are aggressive. It may be a little bit more mid-rangey, but these are aggressive-ish. A mulligan shared spoils. Aggro means I'm probably going to have a hard time connecting with that one. For more cheaper units. It's a 3-drop at least. Howling Abyss is just like glued to our opener, huh? This is an excellent card to have to start. Very, very good.
Fuse his legs!
It's gonna come down very cheap later. Well, easy pass here. This is 3 extra toughness for the turn. Probably Death Sanding this.
With a little time, I'll have a break.
See if they have like a Pale Cascade or Ranger Resolve here. We can also see them single combat to like trade these. Yeah, I think like this use of single combat is a net positive for us overall.
Follow the tracks.
Single combat's a pretty premium piece of removal, so getting it used on a 2-drop there feels like a good exchange. Really, really strong curve here. That adds to it as well. So we've got this into a 5-drop, into another 5-drop, into a 7. With the Yeti filling out somewhere in the middle nice and cheap.
Watch and learn. How bothersome.
We're bossed. Yeah, huh. I wonder if I'm supposed to... I wonder if I'm supposed to pass there when they pass with mana up and just burn one of their mana. It's very possible. I think we lead on Hearthguard here. Get that trigger, making everything in our deck a little bit bigger.
My heart and sword for Demacy.
My 5 for 5's better.
I'll make corpses of them. The age of dragons is begun.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. He's pretty far from leveling, so I'm pretty fine offering this trade here.
Time for the main event.
So this will go to 1. We'll play Howling Abyss. This will go to 0. We'll be able to play this for free plus a level champion next turn, hopefully. This does get a free strike in on my powder keg here, which feels a little bit bad, but it is what it is. Hopefully this will be a game where last game I shouldn't have played the Howling Abyss. I don't think we really needed it to win. This is a game where that's not true. We need our Howling Abyss here. Aaron, thanks for the 55 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This is Runeterra. Runeterra is great. It's the League of Legends based Riot digital card game. It's a lot of fun. Easily the best core card game gameplay of any game I've ever played. Luna Hero, thank you for the 13 months. I still have chat minimized. I just have I have the what's it called up the left. My notification stream. That's a Lulu. Okay. So, Boxtopus plus this Avalanche could... Actually, Boxtopus plus Lulu making it a 5/5 could kill one of these. Start the free Yeti, see where we go from there. think I want to kill this because this has Fury. And then if either of these block these two, the Avalanche kills them.
Fear is the first of many foes.
Okay, and then... Oh, Garen's gonna level. Crap. Forgot about Garen leveling. So he's not gonna die, but I get to kill their dragon, so at least we got that going for us. So not in as good of a spot as I thought we were gonna be in, but still fine. We're up a little bit on life total, although if they open attacks, that won't be the case anymore. This says regenerate, so the damage doesn't matter on him. We're still generating extra cards in the Abyss, so hopefully Abyss is going to be able to drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line here. He says as he generates a Get Darius. If they don't open on attacks, Darius is great here, especially with the Troll Chant we picked up for the turn.
Mine is the hand of Noxus.
The hand of Noxus.
Never again will we fall to dragon fire.
So again, Tavern Keeper can heal our unit, so we'll get to heal this back up to a 5/5, so that way Fleet Feather Tracker can't kill it inside of combat. I no longer get to hold Troll Chant up here, but I think that's fine. So it could take a little bit of a hit this turn, but we're at 19. These two have challengers, so they could force some of our things to block, so opponent's going to have pretty fine control over how combat goes this turn, but feels like we're still in a good spot. Also worth noting that this is level up now, so this has rally, so they get to attack every single turn for the rest of the game. It's their only attack. Deal. Nothing else to do with their mana. That's really good for us. That is really not good. And we just open on an attack with this, huh? He obliterates decks when he levels up, so... Wow, this is a greedy no blocks. Are you dead, or do you have another trick? They could have another trick here. They passed with 3 cards in hand and 6 mana. Sure. Okay, so they just had a bunch of healing. I'm really surprised that they had this last turn. They didn't play it instead of burning 3 mana. Feels like that's a mistake. Feels like maybe they burned the mana hoping to bait me into a bad attack here, but definitely not the case.
I will tend this garden.
So this makes us a sapling every turn, who technically is a nice little challenger. So we're out of cards in hand, but again, we're drawing 2 cards per turn, and one of them is guaranteed to be a decent champion, so...
And so, life springs anew.
Mostly decent champions. It's a big boy, chat. It's a big boy. I will end this. Who's ready to be decimated, chat? The captain is here. That's rude.
Out of my way. Give them room to spread their leaves. Acid
So, I'm gonna leave him back if we attack here, because to play around a 1 of Judgment, I think we're far enough ahead that we can do that. Oh, thank you for the 11 months of Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Time Lord, thank you for the 30 months. I appreciate the 2.5 years. A bit too much time with the orange one, but happy to keep watching. We're almost free of the orange one. Bionic Quail, thanks for the 14 months. Good morning, folks. Sliding on up the gauntlet. Hey, good morning, fishermen. Welcome to a live one. For folks who are my regulars, by the way, you might have noted I started a little bit later than normal this morning. My kids' remote school schedule got pushed around a little bit, so they're doing more classes earlier in the morning. So I'm going to be starting a touch later moving forward. So 10 a.m. Central, about 40 minutes prior to where we are right now, is going to be my normal daily start time, Monday through Friday. No, I did not send my children's school district resumed in-person classes, but I did not send my kids back. They retained a remote option for people that didn't want to send their kids, and if they didn't want to send, and if they hadn't retained a remote option, we would have just pulled them out. I mean, for the record, I don't think it's a fair, I'm going to minimize the chat while I address this point. I don't think it's a fair critique to say that everyone who sends their kids back to school is irresponsible. I think some number of people who have the means to keep their kids home and send them back to school are irresponsible. But I also think there's an incredible segment of people in the United States who, they depend on school to take care of their kids so they can provide for their kids, right? Like, there are a lot of people who aren't privileged enough, like myself and my wife, to be able to have jobs that allow them to, you know, manage their kids going to school and have a flexible schedule. Like, even my job here, right? Like, I've shuffled my schedule around several times now because of remote learning, and like, that flexibility that I have because this is my job is not something a lot of people get to enjoy.
The weak don't deserve mercy.
That's pretty good.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp. Someone deserves your bullet, girl.
That's not a bad one.
I deal in coins and carnage.
We got a culling strike to deal with another one of these. And then we've got a Hearthguard here for next turn as well. Transform an ally into a random 5-cost follower. When an ally dies, refill your spell mana. That's pretty good.
Who's falling for blood?
I think I'm just using this here. This leaves me 1 spell mana, which means I can Harsh Winds next turn. Ideally, I'd like to Hearthguard, though. Get this big fat bottom down. Take a little bit of a hit here. They are in Bilgewater and PNZ, so my opponent's archetype does have a little bit of reach. That's pretty big. Gosh, do I do this now? I think I do this now, right? Gain 12, save 2 points of damage here. Seems like a worthwhile exchange on that. And this is a permanent modifier, Battle Fury. This notably doesn't have Overwhelm yet, so we've got that going for us.
Time for the main event.
Definitely just passing and burning their mana here if they're giving us the option to. Well, you could probably argue that that's better than...
Me too, kiddo. Me too.
That's better than, Oh, that was bad. I should have updated this. We're one mana short of getting to Feel the Rush here.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Come to dust. But it's not ready yet.
Lead the target. No backing down.
Are there any outs in my deck to this? If I axe this, I have a brittle steel that can flash freeze this next turn.
Son of a...
We have a 1 in 20 here. Hey, 0% it is. That was good. Yep. Plan when a plan comes together, huh? Oh, Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth would have been an out too. Yeah, that's a good call. Scorched Earth was out. Oh, interesting. Okay, so our card will always do Runeterra stuff. Good. That's a good note, Lambton. It's supposed to automatically switch to Runeterra. So the default was the card command, and the card command is supposed to change what game it's doing card lookups for based on what game category you're in. So we get another shot here. If we lose the next one, we're done. But if we win the next one, that loss we just had doesn't matter because it was before the last one. Everybody's laughing at Trump's team holding a press conference between a crematorium and a dildo store, but at least they're in the right place after an entire nation told them to wank off and die. Oh, that's great. I don't have credit for that one. That was a tweeter in the politics channel in the subs Discord. God bless it. God bless you, tweeter. All right, I'm minimizing chat again. What do we got? Yasuo, Karma, Swain, Braum. So opponent's very controlling. I'm gonna mulligan this Dreadway, keep the rest of this pretty okay curve. But I guess there's a question of, do I want to play this on 2? Probably. Unless we draw another 1 or 2 here, I'm gonna play this out as just a 2-3 for 3. Opponent deck looked to be fairly mid-range to controlling, so I want to get on the board and start pressuring them, I think, here.
But I can see it.
A true Freljordian welcome. My arrow won't miss.
And now there's a question of, do I offer the trade of either of these into this? Or do I just wait and kill this with red card? I feel like I'm inclined to just red card this. Especially when it involves burning their mana.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall? Never lost a fair game, or played one. I'm a people person.
So this Deals 2 damage to things when they stun or recall them. I think we just bundle up the Trundle and get in here. These are troll lands, also known as Twitch, an Amazon subsidiary. If they pass here, we're 1000% burning their mana. Concussive one, sure. And then I don't think I really want to trade this into here, so I am going to go ahead and pass. Opponent's deck is pretty mid-rangey, but again, worth noting, I've got this this Howling Abyss rolled up in my hand here, which is potentially very useful. This is one of our better pieces of top end in the grindy matchups. Well, let's go toe-to-toe with whatever they plan to do.
I face my fate. Your turn. Over there. This is outrage!
That combat trick with, maybe I'm supposed to split what I was targeting there. Maybe I'm supposed to, like, pump my thing and debuff this, so that way my other thing would live.
There is hope.
Could see that being the case. I think I want to get Sejani down this turn, as opposed to the Howling Abyss right away.
Pain is nothing.
As appealing as generating champion sooner is, getting to get this down and get an attack in with it is good. Clear out this before it can generate too many random spells for them.
Nothing escapes my watch.
One's on the house.
Close are we to leveling this? Not at all. This is getting there, slow and steady. So next turn we'll go up to 8 mana, and we'll have 2 spell mana banks, so I can actually Howling Abyss plus play Naked Rain.
Light the signal fires.
Can also get Ice Pillar down this turn before I Howling Abyss, so let me gain a little bit more control over the board, which is nice. Ooh. That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
At last, I have found you. Yone, turn back while you can. Life and death on the blade's edge.
Just go to 12 here. Dead Jim. So we'll get to bank a spell mana here. So then we'll have 9 plus 3, which means I can Dreadwave plus Naked Rain. Cute. That's another great one with Dreadwave. Nice. Not only draws us a Gangplank, it has Fearsome, but doubles damage dealt by all of our stuff.
Feet were made for roaming and kicking.
Set him up. We'll knock him down.
Huh? Kill this in response.
Are still.
Back, you, go!
That is, quite the animation. I think I'm just passing here. I could attack this into here, but attacking this into here means that Make It Rain would have to land on this next turn. I don't think I wanna take that gamble.
Peace begins within.
The Freljord's eternal guardian!
Work, you dogs!
I think I do this so I can just trade with them inside of combat. This makes this deal double damage too, which is great.
Let's soar! Focus earthward, aim skyward!
So like this is a free block. And then this trades here, this eats here. We're taking 2. That works. That might be the game. They keep all their threats here. I guess this plus Sajani lets us kill something, which is nice.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Carved from the savage core.
So if I do this, this can hook here. And then now their strongest thing is Karma. So I can Hired Gun, Vulnerable Karma. And then we can Yeti. Yeti trades into here. This eats here. I mean,
Ride onward.
they have a ton of mana here, so a lot has to go right. But like, we have a shot. We get to play a game. Yeah, like. Wait, did they actually... Karma created the same card twice? Man, that's a huge feel bad. Oh, wait, no, this is... Wait. Karma created both of these. Karma created both. Okay, so Karma created both of these originally, and this is a copy from around this section. They drew Will of Iona, but they RNG'd these two. Well, I mean...
Now, who's got the other hand?
Are we dead to open attacks? I feel like we probably are, right?
For my homeland.
We must make our own.
Face your fate.
We were dead to open attacks if
I ain't afraid.
they would have hooked this here, right? What other combat trick did you draw that destroys me? Okay, so what if I... What if I Culling Strike this to save life and then make it rain to try and kill the egg? Is that unreasonable? That could be reasonable. It's a pretty big high roll though, right? They just have so much on board. So Johnny into Culling Strike's probably just better.
Underestimate. I dare you.
I guess I could technically Vlad plus Fiora here and then feel the rush next turn. I kind of don't hate that. Oh, they put Mina back in their hand. Yeah, we're just super fucking dead, right? I just can't beat the tempo from this card happening again. Singleton's been rough. I definitely prefer pick ban. This doesn't feel like a very good competitive format.
No.
Second useless fizz. Feels good, man. Yeah, rough. So we've pretty solidly gotten prime glories in the pick ban gauntlets, and we've died twice in Singleton. So yeah, we're dead to the Anivia trigger. We're dead to them triple recalling us. So yeah. I mean, the opponent got very fortunate there, but also in both the games that we lost, for example, the first loss, the opponent having their one of +8/+4 into their one of sump work maps, and and that's really the nature of Singleton and why I'm not really a huge. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep doing the pick ban gauntlets, but honestly, after playing this Singleton gauntlet today, I think I'm just gonna skip trying to get the prime glories for these, because I really did not have much fun in this gauntlet set today. I think I'd rather focus on, yeah, you don't need it to qualify. There's a good chance that even if I spend the time doing it and get frustrated over medium games, that we're not going to get the prime glory anyways. So yeah, I don't even know that it needs work to be used competitive. It just probably shouldn't be a competitive format. Singleton's fine as a lab, for example, but I think I would really prefer if they didn't use Singleton as a gauntlet format anymore. There's just it lacks that level of player agency by and large that yeah, it's like how Wizards tried to make Brawl a competitive format on Arena, and there's a reason why that's been real medium. I agree. I don't think it's fair to say it's not designed for it or that it's inherently bad. I'm glad other people enjoy it. I just think from a player from a variety of play patterns perspective, it's very reasonable and fine. And like I said, the labs are kind of more wacky, weird things that they've done. I think Singleton probably belongs in a format like this as opposed to the Gauntlet that's supposed to feed into their competitive stuff. All right, let's shift gears and play some regular